In my family, there was myself, my mum, and also my 4 sisters, and they were all older than me, and I'm the youngest. There were 6 of us in the household. My whole family came here as refugees. I was actually born in Thailand. I still came here as a refugee, but it was at the end of the journey. So my whole time growing up, I felt a bit, segregated from the rest of my family, because they were all born in Vietnam and they went through the whole refugee process. I don't know what happened. I don't really understand the story, but shortly after we got here, my parents separated. I didn't really get to know my dad, which is a bit of a shame. He's still around here and there, now and then, but I really don't see him often at all.
My name is Tyra and I study film, television and new media production at university. I'm a very competitive person, so it was always just, I'm going to be the best, take over the world, but never knew exactly how. In year 11 and 12 I did drama and film and television, and I found that that was the subjects that I most enjoyed. I just get lost in the whole world of it and I love it. When it came to QTAC, I applied to study my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film, Television and New Media Production, and thanks to the Smith family I got in. I went into the course with the aspirations of being a videographer for bands because I love concerts and I love music. I've grown up around music, I've played instruments. It's one of the main things that makes me happy. So I'd like to do that. Either that or just somewhere in directing, because I like to visualise things and see them come out and have control of it and be creative.
I'm Amy, I'm 18 years old. I am a Learning for Life student, and I've been affiliated with the Smith family for about 9 or 10 years now. I live in an area where most of the children and the families are socio-economically disadvantaged. It's an area run by the Housing Commission, and a lot of the children in this area find it hard to go past their junior years at high school. I moved here when I was around 6 years old, when my parents split up. It was quite hard to start off with, and I think that continued into my junior years of high school. I was a bit rebellious, and I wasn't that good at high school. You know, I've had friends who have got into bad tracks and had children early, and I find myself thinking in hindsight that I could have gone down that track. But I think it's a lot to do with my education and my parents pushing me and the support of the Smith family that's encouraged me to go further.
My mum went to the Smith family when I was in primary school. I don't remember exactly when, but she came home one day and I remember her talking to our neighbour. I got on into this awesome program, and everyone was really happy for us. As you can imagine, it's not easy coming here empty-handed and then having to raise 5 kids and trying to give them a decent childhood or a decent education, especially when my mom, she doesn't really speak English. You can imagine how hard that was.
The Smith family has given me enormous help, particularly financial. It takes a lot of the burden off just simple things like buying uniforms, buying books every year. They also had a big role with just being the support and being in touch with me every now and then, and just letting me know that they're with me in my education. And although, my life and my education is something that I do alone, it's not a journey which I take alone. It's something that they're there to support me with.
I knew that I had help there because I would always write to my sponsor. That was a pretty regular occurrence because we loved mail. I guess I just knew that there was someone there helping us financially. I didn't really know too much about the organisation itself. I guess when it got to high school, I really appreciated it more once I started using the facilities a bit more. I went on a camp with them and I started to understand how hard we were doing it and how much it helped just to have that little bit of extra support there. Because my mother doesn't work, because her focus was raising us kids and also my little sister, it made it hard financially. Living on the Sunshine Coast is a little bit expensive, so trying to pay rent and try and keep up with everything and try and keep food in the house was really tough.
I've been involved with the Learning for Life program with the Smith family, where the Smith family sponsors me to go to school to help improve my education. I've been involved with some camps, something that we couldn't afford as a kid. I never really talked to the neighbourhood kids. I really never got to know my surroundings. So that provided me with an opportunity to really get to know the people who lives around me.
My outlet was sport during my younger years. I gained a passion for soccer. I've been playing for around 10 years now. I've had some great achievements through that, such as winning Champions of Champions, which is the state competition with my team, which my dad was coaching. I've also played in the Illawarra Stingrays representative team, as well as playing for New South Wales in indoor soccer and going to nationals in Canberra.
My mum grew up in a family where it wasn't very stable, so she was constantly moving between schools, between her mum's house, her dad's house, her grandma's house, or not having a home at all. Because of that and having to change schools, she saw that we would start at one school and we would finish at that school, because she really values education today and thinks that to give yourself the best opportunity in life and head start to life, education is the way. My friendship groups at school have always been amazing. I've always surrounded myself with good people, but I guess trying to keep up with what everyone else is doing was really hard. So having the Smith family there, at least in one aspect of our life, helping us with something, it kind of kept up with it and made it a lot easier to try and fit in and mingle with them. So it's not so much that I wanted to be something I'm not, it was more I wanted to be equal and you know, not be discriminated against because we aren't as financially stable or as wealthy as other people.
In primary school, I wasn't that great of a child, but thankfully my teachers saw my potential and they encouraged me to try out for the selective class of Year 7. I was chosen for that. Even though I was in the selective class, I still was quite rebellious and I wasn't that good of a student. Then one of my teachers, she encouraged me to be a good student because she saw that I was quite good at English and that I shouldn't be passing up on that opportunity. She kind of encouraged me to pursue poetry, which she thought that I was good at, and also public speaking, which she saw that I had a talent for.
When I got out of high school, I was really lost. I didn't really get the marks to get into what I wanted. The Smith family provided a lot of workshops to really help me plan out what I really wanted to do. They also got me involved in a mentoring program. Despite, I have a strong support network, which is my family, I didn't feel that I could go and talk to them about anything. I didn't know how to approach my mum about certain issues, like, I don't want to go to uni, mum. That's just something I couldn't talk to her about, and that was really bearing on me for a long time.
When I reached Year 11, I went through a bit of a tough time at home. We had a few little personal dramas. And so I wasn't really my normal, bubbly and happy self. And a few of my close friends finally found out that my life isn't perfect like I portray. The camp happened around the same time as when I went into my little dark spot when the dramas happened. And so I went on the camp with the Smith family to QUT for 3 days, and there was about 10 of us Smith family kids, and it was the first time I'd ever got to meet other people with the Smith family other than myself and my sister. So I got to share stories with them and hear about their stories and their lives, and it helped me because it made me feel like I wasn't alone, that we all have a story, we're all not perfect. So it was really influential 3 days of my life because I finally found people that I could relate to.
At that time, I was in a college that would lead towards uni, and the mentor, she could tell just by the things that I was telling her that I was not wholeheartedly enjoying my time. And the more I told her, the more she understood. And she didn't tell me what to do, but she gave me a lot of support, a lot of guidance, and she helped me come up with ways for me to talk to the family about it. And it was really good to be able to talk to a mentor, get things out of my chest, and just be honest. And then it just clicked. What I wanted to do is I wanted to use my experience, everything that I have learned growing up in a migrant family, in a refugee family, with a single mom. I want to use my experience to help others. And I went into community services, and it's just brilliant now. I'm really focused, and I know what direction I'm headed in and what my future goals are, and it just clicked. Everything just kind of shifted into place.
I was the first person in my family to go to university, and I was also the first person in my school to gain early entry into the University of Wollongong, and so I'm currently studying there at the moment, but I hope to, in the future, finish my degree and then hopefully work for a company called Rising Generations, who I was affiliated with through the National Leadership Camp, and I'd also love to work for a non-profit organisation in the future.
At the start of the year, I went to a Smith family executive luncheon, and I met some good people, and one of the people from the Smith family said, after I did my speech, was like, "Oh, I know a guy that runs an ambassador program up at the university, and I think you'd be great for the job." So about a week later, I went in for an interview and got the job as a Explore Uni ambassador to go to schools and go on camps, bring people around the uni and let them know that anyone can go to university, share my story with them, and hopefully inspire them to achieve the best in life, because that's what I'm doing.
Although I'm being financially disadvantaged, I love to prove stereotypes wrong, and my education is my way of showing that although I may be disadvantaged in one area, I'm still good academically, and I can prove people wrong and show that I can achieve the things that I wish.
Growing up, I always felt like, the only person out there that can really give me support and give me guidance and help me along with my family. But, I understand now that there are other people, other places that can give me extra support. And the whole time being on the Learning for Life program, I felt that extra sense of security. There's just something about having strangers out there who cares and who really wants to help that really hits the spot.
Finally getting to meet people within the Smith family is, I guess, it's given me a bit more confidence to know that that not everyone's lives are perfect, that what I'm going through, it's not the same as what everyone else is, or what I've done isn't the same as everyone else, but it's made me me, and I'm proud in who I am today, and I think that all the lessons I've learned in life have helped, and meeting other people who have done that too and seeing how strong they are and how well that they're doing as well kind of makes things a lot easier knowing that.